Welcome everybody to another installment of Crypto Moose. My name is Mitchell Bouchard, and what we want you to do is like, comment, and subscribe. It's going to help us out here on the channel. So what we're going to do is go over my top 3 crypto holdings. So I'm going to get into what they are and why they are in my top 3. And more specifically, right now I think it's a good time to DCA in, so dollar cost average. We have videos here on the channel showing you how to do that. So let's dive into it. So if we take a look at the screen, we have quite a bit of news. So Bitcoin is down right now. I believe since last night, it's down about 4 or 5%, something like that. But a lot of FUD, a lot of different things going around. But if we look at the market cap, we are at 1.02 trillion. And again, we're down 3% on the 7-day and the 24-hour mark. So in a day, we're down, 12% on Aptos almost. Year in finance, Casper's down. So a lot is down. But if we look at the week, it's not that bad. So SingularityNET has been booming as well. So that's nice to see. So what we're going to do is go over my top 3 picks. So we're going to get into one in particular that's a little more scarce. And we're going to get into, of course, the ones that you know as well. So the first one is going to be Bitcoin. Okay. So Bitcoin is great, and this is going to be for long term, right? So if you're dollar cost averaging into a project, you want to be thinking Bitcoin. If Bitcoin fails, trust me, everything else is going to fail, at least in the short term. Okay, so Bitcoin, it's the first crypto, the first blockchain. Right now it's a store of value. We have the halving coming up. So if you can get in before 2024, I think you're going to do quite well. Okay, so that's Bitcoin. That's number 1. You all know what it is. It's boring, yes, but every 4 years, the amount of rewards that get rewarded to the miners gets cut in half. So the new supply, it's adding more scarcity to the coin. Okay, number 2, you all know it. It's Cardano. And this is, in fact, my largest holding of the 3 that we're going to talk about. But Cardano's sweet. Cardano has been building. They've got Hydra coming out. Of course, proof of stake blockchain platform, blah, 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 blah. At the end of the day, I've been utilizing these different blockchains. I've been watching them for 6 years, and Cardano's impressed me the most. It's affordable. Really, the way you can think about it is a better Ethereum. That's just the way I see it. And we're in the early stages, and you still have the opportunity to see big gains with Cardano. And the fact that right now it is 33 cents, I mean, come on. Like, look at the all-time highs that we had at one point. I believe it was $3. We'll have to check in on that again. It was about $2.85. $3 Canadian, of course. But definitely Cardano is something to look at. So definitely go to cardano.org. It's going to be a great place for you to check out. Read up on the project if you don't know what's up. But other than that, once you get into the project, you can do things like delegating. And you can own your own assets while doing that. Whereas Ethereum, you have to lock it up. Not even going to get into all that. Not trying to be angry today. So number 3. And these are more conservative picks. I'm not going to get into like low cap altcoins. I have other videos, hence get into Kopi if you want to. I'm not telling you to buy any. But if you're looking for a nice low cap, project that could moon, it's going to be Kopi. So number 3. And some of you may think I'm talking about Matic. That will be like, that'll be like pick number 4, like an added pick. Matic I like. It's a layer 2 solution for ETH, and it's pretty sweet. They have their own network, and I found that the transaction costs are very minimal, lower than Cardano, I must say, and it's pretty swift. Okay, so number 3, there's one project I like a lot, and that's going to be Cosmos. Okay, and the reason being for Cosmos is because you can stake it, and you can earn a very generous yield. So I am holding it on a cold storage, for example, and I can get 10% very, very easily. A lot of people are getting 20%. I'm gonna have to do a video here on the channel talking about how you can do that. But again, I really like to talk about security first. So at the end of the day, you should have a hardware wallet. So let me see what I have here. This right here is a Trezor Model T. This is a hardware wallet. It basically is just like all your other crypto wallets, except you have control of your recovery seed phrase, which a lot of hot wallets do. But what this does is that this acts as an intermediary. So when you plug it in and you're signing transactions, you have to use the PIN, and you need the device. You need a device to sign transactions. So if somebody hacks your MetaMask, they cannot take what's on here because they need the device. They need the PIN in order to sign transactions. So it's acting as an intermediary for signing transactions, because if somebody takes your crypto, what they're doing is they're getting in and they're sending it away, right? But this will stop that, okay? So invest into a hardware wallet if you have enough money in crypto. I tell people even now, if you have more than 500 bucks, I think you should get one. That hardware wallet is expensive, but at the end of the day, if it's not your keys, it's not your cheese, and you got to protect it, right? So Cosmos, really sweet. They're working on interoperability with different blockchains. So one of the issues with different blockchains, for example, if you are, well, let's talk about a couple things. Well, first off, if it is expensive, for example, Ethereum, then you need a side chain. You need something like Cosmos to help you with that throughput, so you can do more transactions and they could be cheaper. Because when you have a good level of security, when you have true decentralization, it's not always the quickest and the fastest. It's slow, but it's going to be there. It's more reliable. So there's still somewhat of a trade-off with a lot of these blockchains. Whereas I think Cardano does a good job at doing both with proof of stake. But again, a lot of people will say if you have proof of work, sure, there's more energy involved, etc., but it is more decentralized. Bitcoin is the most decentralized blockchain in the world. And it may not be the fastest, but it's going to be there. It is the gold. It is the land, right? So something to think about. In a nutshell, Cosmos builds itself as a project that solves some of the hardest problems facing the blockchain industry. It aims to offer an antidote to slow, expensive, unscalable, environmentally harmful proof-of-work protocols, like those used by Bitcoin, by offering an ecosystem connected. So again, they are building an ecosystem that is interoperable, meaning they're connected and they're able to communicate with each other to help other blockchains thrive. So it's going to be very important. You see this with Matic. That's why Matic is like, a fourth pick if you want. But again, you want these blockchains to be able to communicate with each other. So that's what's going to happen. It's similar to think about the internet, and you want all these, you want Google and all these different games and all these different ecosystems to be able to work with one another. That's what's going to make this come alive and to be real, okay? So I want to keep this short, about 9 minutes, and, definitely pick up a hardware wallet. We do have online courses, so check that out. So if you go to the links in the description below, we have an NFT course. Use coupon code MOOSEISLOOSE. You get, 80% off? So NFT for beginners. We've got a crypto investing for beginners, and these courses are sweet. I will not be able to go one by one, person by person, and explain to you what I do in these videos. Definitely check out the other videos we have as well. Been pumping out content like a freak. So that's all we have for you. It's not your keys, not your cheese. Love you all. Comment, subscribe, and let me know what else you'd like to see. Peace.